Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and we have Scott Thomas, the general manager, and Mark Kurtz, the news director of K-West Television here. And it's my pleasure to have them come in and talk about all of the new things that are happening here at the studio that will affect your viewing and make it very much more pleasant and more accurate for you. And Mark was telling us just before the break that all of the new weather equipment is going to make it much more regionalized so that we have just our weather that we can develop right here, the pictures of it right here. And but I want us to go back and ask Scott to talk to us about this huge commitment that has been made in money and in time and in planning to make this a state-of-the-art television. And I know that we were using an analogy of comparing this to buying cars.
Right.
And you said, well, this piece of equipment is a Ferrari and this is the giant SUV. And so tell us a little bit about this commitment.
That's correct. First of all, our parent owner is a family, Robert H. Drury and his family, and they've agreed to support our initiatives in West Texas with a significant capital investment. We put together a plan and presented to him in order to upgrade the plant. We're approaching $1.5, $1.6 million in complete capital expense invested into the television station to upgrade our plant.
And that's just equipment and wiring.
Right. That is purely capital investment. That is just straight expense in buying technical equipment, which has been sorely needed to be able to upgrade the plant. And we're very, very, very excited that. And for example, Mark spoke about the weather technology. I mean, that is a significant investment in a company that we've partnered with, who's our technological partner in weather, called Weather Central, and they have developed the most advanced weather patterns and technology, in my opinion, that exists in the marketplace, and we'll be the only station in the market that'll have that technology. And because of that investment from the Drurys, that we'll be able to put a weather product on the air that'll be specific to the region, which means to the viewer is that it's going to be more reliable. So instead of having someone who's just talking about a model that was done from someone that's in Dallas or something like that at the National Weather Center, our meteorologists will be able to use our technology to be able to tell them more accurately what's going to happen. And when we have severe weather events, which we do in Big Spring and in Midland, Odessa, and in the Permian Basin, this will enable Tom to be more accurate as it relates to how weather's going to affect our viewers.
And more
instantaneous. Instantaneously. You bet, absolutely. So that's one of the so-called investments. Most of the equipment and the money that we're spending and investing in the station is all behind the scenes. The viewers can see the sets, those type of things, but
the cheap stuff they
absolutely,
see,
yeah. You bet.
But these cameras and this, all the boards and everything.
Yep.
But the thing that impresses me the most is as I walked into the back room, there was little bitty things that replaced the giant big things, but this was 600,000 and this was 200,000.
Right, that's correct.
Something this big replaced something almost as big as this desk.
That's correct, and the technological improvements are enabling us to be able to get more space in the building, which then is going to enable us to be able to have more functionality and more efficiency. One of the other things that we've done within the last 6 months is that we've significantly invested in our transmitters as well. We have doubled our transmission power, so that you should, as a viewer at the home, should be able to have a more receivable signal than what we did 6 months ago. And that was a significant investment. And then we have further plans to increase power of our transmission.
So when you say a receivable, does that mean the picture's clearer on the air?
Believe it or not, there's actually a large portion of the audience that's out there that still receives the station over the air on a pair of, call them a pair of rabbit ears.
Rabbit ears.
The young kids don't know what rabbit ears are, but one of the challenges in the digital transition is that at the same power we were in analog, it made the station a little bit more difficult to receive over the air. And
so up in Del City or way down
correct.
at the Rio Grande border, which is our catchment area, and way up into New Mexico, then their picture
That's correct.
will be clearer
It's
if they're
already,
not on cable or something.
That's correct. It's already more receivable now, and our power strengths out in the marketplace over the air are twice than what they were a year ago. And so that was another significant investment that the juries allowed me to make in the station.
And those tall towers or those little things on top of buildings and things are not cheap either.
No, that's correct.
And I hate to keep talking about the money, but you know, I do my household budget, and I know
Right.
how much when you have to go buy a refrigerator, and so you're talking about a whole room full of very expensive refrigerators.
That's correct. Yeah, I mean our tower and transmitter capital expenditures alone are in the $250,000 range to be able to go out and buy new transmitters and do the things that we've done to just improve our signal out there in the marketplace, so that when you're in your kitchen and you have your TV on, that you can receive us.
And then when lightning strikes it, which
Which
it's
does.
done, I know.
Which it does.
That's a fun thing. All right, now talk a little bit about, you know, what has been amazing to me is as we work here behind the desk, then all of these things are still happening in the building, and you're
That's correct.
trying to, 24 hours a day, the television station is operating, and yet how are you doing all of this?
Well, unfortunately, it's one of the things that Mark gets to
Has
deal
to
with.
Yeah.
work
you know,
around.
I don't think people realize that. When you tell them, it kind of clicks that, you know, we don't turn the station off.
know.
We do news weekends, nights, mornings, and so there really isn't the time to do all those things you'd like to do.
And so I tell my guests when they come down the hall that it's kind of an obstacle course because there's so much things going on that you just can't imagine what is making a difference here.
I think that the vast majority of all of the technical upgrades have been happening in the middle of the night. So we sign off at 10:30 at night, and then we begin working, and then our crews go home at 4 or 5 in the morning when we start our news in the morning.
Well, I want us to come back in just a minute. We've got to take a break now, but I want us to come back and talk a little bit more about some of these specific boards that you've ordered and what it's going to do. We'll be back in just a minute and continue this conversation.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.